Have you ever felt that heavy, uncomfortable weight inside your belly? That frustrating sense that no matter how much you try, your body just refuses to let go? Severe constipation is not just a physical struggle. It can take over your emotions, your mood, even your confidence in daily life. People who live with this condition know it is not simply about missing a trip to the bathroom. It is about the constant pressure, the bloating that makes you avoid certain clothes, the fatigue that drags you down, and even the anxiety every time you feel your body resisting what should be the most natural thing in the world. If you are tired of living this way, if you are ready to finally feel light, free, and in control again, then stay with me, because today we are going to talk about the 3 best foods that can help you stop severe constipation and truly free your bowels. When it comes to constipation, many people run straight to medications or laxatives, desperate for quick relief. And while they may sometimes work in the moment, over time they can weaken your intestine, making your body dependent and leaving you worse than before. The truth is that your digestive system was designed to work naturally and smoothly, but it needs the right fuel to do so. The foods you put on your plate every single day can either trap you in this painful cycle or gently guide your body back to balance. That is why understanding which foods have the power to soften stools, stimulate movement, and nourish the gut is life-changing. It is not about a temporary fix. It is about building a lifestyle where constipation no longer controls you. The first food I want to share with you is one that often surprises people because of its simplicity, yet it is one of the most powerful allies against constipation: prunes. Yes, these small wrinkled fruits are like nature's gentle medicine for the bowels. Prunes are loaded with soluble fiber, which helps soften stools and makes them easier to pass, and insoluble fiber, which adds bulk and stimulates your intestines to move things along. But what makes prunes truly unique is their natural sorbitol content, a type of sugar alcohol that draws water into the intestine, creating a natural laxative effect. When you eat prunes, you are not just adding fiber, you are activating your body's own rhythm, encouraging your digestive muscles to contract and push waste forward. Many studies have shown that prunes are more effective than many over-the-counter remedies when it comes to improving stool frequency and consistency. Imagine replacing a pill with a sweet, chewy fruit that nourishes your whole body while giving you. That is the gift of prunes. But it is not just about what prunes do inside your intestine. It is also about how they make you feel. When you start your day with a few prunes, whether eaten directly, blended into a smoothie, or added to oatmeal, you begin your morning with the promise of relief. You know that with every bite, you are helping your body move, helping your belly feel lighter, helping your mind focus on life instead of the bathroom. And there is something empowering about taking back control naturally, about knowing that what you put on your plate has the power to heal. Many people who have suffered for years describe the moment they began eating prunes daily as the first time they felt truly hopeful again. It is such a small step, but for constipation, it can open the door to freedom. Now let's move to the second food, one that is bright, refreshing, and often overlooked when it comes to digestion: kiwi fruit. At first glance, kiwis might seem like just another fruit, but inside that fuzzy little shell is a treasure for anyone battling constipation. Kiwi is rich in both soluble and insoluble fiber, but what makes it special is the presence of an enzyme called actinidin. This enzyme supports digestion by breaking down proteins and helping food move more efficiently through the stomach and intestine. Clinical studies have shown that people who eat kiwi regularly experience more frequent and softer bowel movements, making it an effective natural remedy for chronic constipation. Unlike harsh stimulants, kiwi works with your body, gently encouraging a healthy flow without cramps or sudden urgency. Beyond the science, there is something almost joyful about adding kiwi to your routine. Its tangy sweetness wakes up your taste buds and gives you a burst of freshness that feels like a reset button for your digestion. Imagine cutting into a bright green kiwi, scooping out that juicy flesh, and knowing that with every spoonful, you are feeding your gut the nutrients it has been begging for. Many people who start eating kiwi daily say they feel lighter, less bloated, and even notice improvements in their overall energy, because when your digestion works, your whole body works better. Constipation steals so much more than bathroom time. It steals your sense of comfort in your own skin, and kiwi can help bring that back. The third food might surprise you, because many people think of it as just a simple seed, but it is actually one of the most powerful digestive allies on the planet: flaxseed. These tiny seeds are loaded with soluble fiber, which forms a gel-like substance in the gut, softening stools and making them easier to pass. They also contain insoluble fiber, which adds bulk and stimulates bowel movement. But flax seeds go even further because they are packed with omega-3 fatty acids and compounds that reduce inflammation in the gut, supporting overall intestinal health. When ground and consumed regularly, flax seeds can transform your digestion, bringing relief to even those who have struggled with constipation for years. What makes flax seeds especially wonderful is their versatility. You can sprinkle ground flax seeds on yogurt, blend them into smoothies, stir them into soups, or even bake them into breads. They do not just heal you, they fit into your life easily, becoming a quiet but powerful part of your daily rhythm. Many people who suffered in silence for years describe flax seeds as the food that finally gave them freedom, because the relief they provide is not harsh or temporary, it is steady, gentle, and lasting. Imagine sitting down to a meal, knowing that the food in front of you is not only nourishing your body, but also protecting you from that painful cycle of constipation. That is the peace of mind flax seeds bring. So here we are, with 3 foods that can change your life: prunes, kiwi fruit, and flax seeds. Together, they form a trio of natural healers, working in different but complementary ways to soften, stimulate, and restore balance. And the beauty is that they are not exotic or difficult to find. They are simple, accessible, and affordable. The real challenge is not finding them, but deciding to trust them, to give your body the chance to heal naturally and to stay consistent. Because the truth is, no single meal will fix constipation forever, but daily choices can transform your digestion completely. These foods are not a one-time trick. They are lifelong allies, and when you welcome them into your routine, your body responds with gratitude. If you are listening to this and feeling that spark of hope, that little voice that says maybe this could be the answer, I want you to hold on to it. Because your body is not broken, it is simply asking for the right kind of care. Constipation can make you feel trapped, but with the right foods, you can find freedom again. And freedom is not just about going to the bathroom. It is about waking up with energy, putting on your clothes without worrying about bloating, laughing without that heavy discomfort in your belly, and living your days with lightness. These 3 foods are not just about digestion, they are about giving you back the life you deserve. Living with constipation is one of those experiences that can quietly take over your entire life. It is not just about being unable to go to the bathroom. It is about the weight you carry inside you all day long, the bloating that makes you feel self-conscious, the pressure that makes you irritable, and the way it steals your confidence in your own body. When we talked about prunes, kiwi fruit, and flax seeds in the first part of this journey, it was not just about naming foods. It was about giving you a pathway, a set of keys to unlock the freedom your body is craving. But I know that for many of you, hearing about foods is not enough. You need to know how to make them part of your life, how to turn this knowledge into a routine that finally brings you real change. And that is what we are going to dive into now, because these 3 foods can be powerful healers, but only if you invite them into your daily rhythm with consistency, patience, and hope. Let us begin again with prunes, because while they might seem simple, they are one of the most studied and proven foods for constipation relief. The secret lies not only in their fiber, but in their sorbitol, a compound that draws water into the intestines and stimulates movement. Many people are surprised to learn that prunes are more effective than fiber supplements for some individuals, because they provide a natural combination of soluble and insoluble fiber, together with this gentle, laxative effect. Imagine starting your morning with 5 or 6 prunes, either eaten whole or soaked overnight in warm water. That first bite is chewy, sweet, and comforting. But beneath that simple taste, your body is receiving the signal to release, to let go of what it has been holding on to. Within days of making this a habit, many people notice their stools softening, their frequency improving, and that terrible feeling of heaviness beginning to lift. Some people even blend prunes into smoothies with apples or pears, creating a natural digestive drink that is both delicious and healing. The key is to remember that this is not a one-time fix. It is the daily rhythm of prunes that brings freedom. Now think about kiwi fruit, a fruit so bright and refreshing that just looking at its green flesh feels like a burst of energy. But inside that fruit lies actinidin, an enzyme that supports digestion and helps food pass more easily through the stomach and intestine. This is why studies have shown that people with chronic constipation experience significant improvements when they eat 2 kiwis a day. And the beauty of kiwi is that it is not harsh. It does not force your body into spasms. It simply encourages the natural flow. Picture yourself slicing a kiwi open in the afternoon, scooping out the juicy flesh with a spoon, and knowing that you are not only enjoying a snack, but also giving your body the tools to move smoothly and gently. Some people add kiwi to salads, blend it with citrus fruits, or even mix it into yogurt for a refreshing dessert. However you eat it, when you do it daily, you start to notice the difference. Less bloating, easier bathroom visits, and even more energy because your digestion no longer drains you. Constipation does not just live in your belly, it lives in your whole body, and when digestion flows, your entire system feels renewed. And then there are flax seeds, those tiny powerhouses that often go unnoticed on store shelves, but carry the strength to transform your digestion. Ground flax seeds are rich in soluble fiber that forms a gel inside the gut, softening stools, and insoluble fiber that pushes things along. But what makes flax seeds even more special is their omega-3 content, which reduces inflammation and soothes the lining of your intestine. For people who have suffered for years with slow, painful bowel movements, adding 1 or 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds into their meals every day can feel like opening a locked door. Some stir them into oatmeal, others add them to soups or smoothies, and some even bake them into bread. The effect is not explosive, it is gentle and steady, the kind of change that grows quietly until one day you realize you are no longer afraid of the bathroom. You no longer carry that daily dread. Your belly feels lighter, calmer, and more at peace. But here is the truth. None of these foods will change your life if you only eat them once in a while. Constipation is a stubborn condition, and the body needs consistency to heal. This is where most people give up. They try prunes one day, kiwi the next, but when results do not come immediately, they stop, and the constipation continues. That is why I want to tell you that the real secret is not just the food itself, it is the commitment to these foods. When you eat them daily, when you drink enough water to let the fiber work, when you give your body time to adjust, that is when the transformation happens. And the transformation is not small. It is waking up one morning, realizing that your stomach feels flatter, that the bloating is gone, that you can move through your day without that constant heaviness pulling you down. It is sitting at a meal and enjoying food without the fear of being trapped in pain later. It is laughing, living, and moving freely again. Now I want to turn to you, because this is not just about information, it is about your journey. I know how isolating constipation can be. It is one of those conditions that people rarely talk about openly, yet so many suffer with it in silence. And when you are alone with it, it feels even heavier. That is why I want this space to be a safe place where you can share, where you can release some of that emotional weight too. Have you ever tried prunes, kiwi, or flax seeds to help with constipation? Did they make a difference for you, or are you still searching for relief? Your story matters, and by sharing it, you might help someone else who is feeling hopeless right now. I would love for you to scroll down and leave a comment, because this is where we learn from each other, where we remind each other that none of us are alone. And if you are not sure what to write, here is a phrase you can simply copy and paste. I'm trying to beat constipation naturally, and I'm ready to give these foods a chance. That simple act of posting it could be the start of your healing, because it is a way of saying to yourself and to others, I am ready to change. And let me tell you this, you deserve that change. You deserve to live without that pain, without that shame, without that constant frustration. Constipation can take away so much from you, but with the right foods, the right care, and the right mindset, you can take it back. You can find your rhythm again, your comfort again, your freedom again. And every time you eat prunes, every time you slice a kiwi, every time you stir flax seeds into your meal, you are making a choice for yourself, a choice for healing, a choice for life. That is not small. That is powerful. That is how you begin to transform your story, one bite at a time. So let's continue this journey together. Let us turn these foods into allies, into habits, into the foundation of a new chapter where constipation no longer rules your days. And let us keep talking, keep sharing, keep supporting one another, because healing does not happen in isolation, it happens in connection. And your story, your words, your voice in the comments, they matter more than you know. Because someone out there right now is struggling just like you, and your courage to share might be the spark of hope they need to keep going. As we come to the final part of this journey together, I want you to pause for just a moment and really reflect on what we have shared so far. You began this experience carrying the heavy burden of constipation, the frustration of days that feel weighed down, the anxiety of not knowing when or if your body will respond. But now you hold in your hands 3 natural keys that can open the door to freedom: prunes, kiwi fruit, and flaxseed. 3 foods so simple, so accessible, yet so powerful in the way they support your body to heal itself. They are not exotic or complicated. They are not expensive supplements or harsh medications. They are gifts of nature placed within your reach, waiting to restore balance to your digestion and lightness to your... And that is the hope I want to leave with you today. You are not stuck. You are not broken. Your body is ready to heal, and these foods can help you step into that healing. But I know that sometimes, when you have lived with constipation for years, when it has stolen your energy, your comfort, even your confidence, it can feel almost impossible to believe that relief is truly possible. It is easy to get caught in the cycle of trying something new, losing patience, giving up, and returning to the same pain as before. That is why I want to remind you that healing is not about one magical moment. It is about steady steps, repeated day after day. Every time you choose prunes instead of processed snacks, every time you reach for kiwi as a refreshing treat, every time you stir ground flax seeds into your meals, you are not just feeding your body, you are teaching it how to find its rhythm again. And if you stay consistent, if you keep going even when the changes feel small at first, you will wake up one day and realize that constipation is no longer defining your story. That lightness you have been longing for has finally arrived. And it is not only about digestion. When your bowels are free, when your stomach feels calm, when the bloating lifts, your entire life feels different. You have more energy to play with your kids or grandkids, more confidence to enjoy social events without worrying about discomfort, more joy in eating because food is no longer your enemy. Constipation takes away so much, but when it is healed, you gain back more than you ever realized. That is why these foods matter. They are not just about stools and bathrooms. They are about giving you back your freedom, your confidence, your ability to live fully and without fear. As you move forward, I encourage you to see this not as a diet, not as a short-term experiment, but as a lifestyle. Make prunes part of your breakfast. Make kiwi your afternoon snack. Make flax seeds a hidden ingredient in your meal. Drink water throughout the day. Move your body with kindness. Breathe and release your stress. These simple steps build upon each other until they create the balance your body has been begging for. And remember, your healing does not have to be perfect. If you miss a day, if you slip into old habits, that does not erase your progress. What matters is that you come back, that you keep choosing foods that love your body, that you keep choosing freedom. I also want to remind you that you are not alone in this. Constipation is one of the most common struggles, yet it is one of the least talked about because people feel embarrassed or ashamed. But there is no shame in this journey, only courage in facing it. And that is why this community exists, to remind you that others are walking the same path, feeling the same frustrations, searching for the same relief. By sharing your story, by leaving a comment, by connecting here, you remind yourself and others that we are stronger together. You do not have to carry this burden in silence. You are part of a community that cares, that understands, that wants to see you thrive. And before we close, I want to extend a warm invitation to you. If this message has touched you, if you have found hope or comfort, I would love for you to subscribe to this channel. By subscribing, you are not just clicking a button, you are saying yes to ongoing support, yes to regular tips and insights that will help you care for your body and your health, yes to a relationship built on trust and compassion. Every video we share is designed to give you practical tools, emotional encouragement, and the reminder that you are capable of healing. By joining us, you ensure that you never have to walk this journey alone again. You will always have a place to come back to, a voice reminding you of your strength, a guide pointing you toward freedom. So if you are ready to continue this journey, if you are ready to keep learning, keep healing, and keep growing, then take that small but powerful step right now. Hit that subscribe button and let us walk together into a future where constipation no longer controls your days. Let us build a life of lightness, of comfort, of confidence, of health. You deserve that life. You deserve to feel free. And together, we will get there.